Hashtag no offense uses strong language and is intended for a mature audience. Listener discretion is advised. Hashtag no offense.
Welcome back to another episode of Hashtag No Offense Show. My name is Chris, and I am joined by my beautiful wife, the Duchess.
Hello.
And kicking off our first episode of Phase 3 in the post-Two Rings era, we're joined by our good friend, Mr. Jodie B. Say, what's up, Jodie?
Hey, buddy. How you doing?
You know, just preparing in the midst of a storm here, battening down the hatches, as it were.
I was going to say, you guys really, I don't mean to shit on your judgment, but I feel like you shouldn't be podcasting tonight. Maybe you should be loading up the car, putting plywood on shit. Is that not what you're supposed to do?
You know, we got all the wood because a couple years ago it was coming like right at our face. So
Yeah,
like I have all the wood cut already and labeled and ready to go, but this one's not coming at us. So like we're desensitized to it. We're not going to do that shit.
We got some water and some chips.
Yeah, we got some water, some chips, and some beer. We're ready to rock.
Good enough.
Kids are out of school till Wednesday. We're about to fucking chill out, stay inside. Go. It's about to get wet.
Hurricane party.
That's what we do. That's what we do. Hurricane party.
Shit, I'm on the same thing, Bubba. Like I like to do this little trick when I'm still got one of them blue collar jobs where you got to put in your fucking vacation like weeks in advance and shit.
Mm-hmm.
I like to find the 3-day weekends, and then I burn a day either before or after, so I get a 4-day and only use one. Like that's some hustler magic right there. And I pulled that for this week. So I got 4 days off, man. I got some shit
for
to do.
You. Good
do
for
some
you.
Lake. Go down to the lake for a little bit, have some hot dogs. It's going to be good.
Well, yeah, I don't get out free and clear because even though we're closed down next week on Monday and everything, I'm a salaried employee, so they're going to fuck me, and I got to go out on Sunday and do my Monday work on Sunday.
Yeah, that's how they get you, man.
That's how they get me. But
I think that's fucked up because everybody's already out of gas, so they're gonna make you use your gas that you can't get to go to fucking work to sell beer that everybody's already bought because the storm will come
they're gonna buy more
day.
because they're all drinking their hurricane beer now. They're gonna be out by fucking Sunday.
Yeah.
So.
They're going to be driving the trucks down the street soon and just hawking fucking cases out the back. Hey, man.
Bro, it's a sight though, man. Like I was on my way home from work today, and I tried to top off the tank just in case, just so I got a full tank of gas. And I pulled into the Circle K, and all the pumps had bags on it and shit, and fucking limits on waters at the grocery store. It looks like the fucking Walking Dead happened. And
So you got it worse. Normally for here, it's just water and it's milk and bread. That's it. Soggy milk sandwiches.
Yeah.
See here, it's water. Everybody, it's funny. You get to see all the hurricane memes now, and one of my favorite ones is, you fuckers live every day on Diet Cokes, and then all of a sudden a storm's coming, and you need 40 gallons of water, and you turn into a fucking fish.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, it's true.
It's a solid point. Yeah, I can't even argue with the logic shit.
Fucking true. Jody, let me pay some bills real quick, man. Let's keep this gravy train going here for us.
Get it, man.
Jody, you know about Hemp Bombs?
Hemp Bombs. Tell me about it. What is that?
Hemp Bombs are a CBD company here in lovely Tampa, Florida. They're a great partner of ours, and we love them to death. They're specifically formulated to provide consumers with a quality CBD product at an affordable price. Hemp Bombs contain 99% pure CBD isolate with no THC. Some might say that's not fun, but we say it's going to pass us a drug test at work. Am I right?
Word.
We're legal in all 50 states. Many benefits of our hemp bombs include reduced anxiety, increased sense of relaxation, reduction of aches and pains, mood enhancement, deeper, more restful sleep. Hemp bombs come in a variety of products, including oils and e-liquids, gummies and suckers, capsule syrup, and even products for your pet. Check out hempbombs.com. Use code word HTNOS. Save 20% off your entire order. That's HTNOS at hempbombs.com. Now, Jody, I know you know about Onnit because you're a podcast listening motherfucker like I am, dude. You're in a car a lot. You're in a truck. Fucking hear it everywhere.
Tell me about it. I've been knowing about Onnit, motherfucker.
Everybody knows about Onnit, but in case you don't know about Onnit, check out Onnit.com and click the fucking Onnit Academy link. Have you ever done that? There's so many videos and interviews and like workout tips and shit. I mean, I ain't that advanced in my working out and shit. I do a little treadmill here and there. I do a little
You have one kettlebell.
No, when I go to the gym, smart ass.
When's the last time you did that?
Yesterday, smart ass.
God
Think
damn.
you know my life. God, think you know my life.
I don't want to know it.
I'm training in case I gotta fucking carry this family out of the goddamn hurricane.
my gosh.
Cardio, rule number 1. Any fucking way. I'm all hopped up on Alpha Brain, the flagship product of Onnit, enhancing my...
yeah, keep sucking on that vape dick.
I got coffee burps, which from the Caveman Nitros that you can also get from fucking Onnit.com, all right?
All right.
All synergistic here. They're human optimization company is the term they use. There's plenty of nootropics, which are vitamins for your brain, all kinds of workout equipment, the whole nine. I'm not going to go into the whole line, but I would urge you to visit Onnit.com. That's ONNIT.com/HTNOS. Save 10% off your order, courtesy of the #NoOffense show.
Now.
Let
me ask you.
Ask me, babe.
I hate to let the the name is not just a clever moniker. It's I come by it naturally. They give you any free shit? Can you give me some free CBD shit to try, Wetsky? I don't have any.
Absolutely.
I don't think I've ever fucked with the CBD at all. My mom did. She got her off of hydrocodone. Believe it or not.
Damn.
Yeah.
I believe in the product. I haven't had time to look into it, and we all have our vices. I prefer the real thing. I prefer leaded to that unleaded. You know what I'm saying? So
I was going to ask. I was going to ask you because most people that do partake of the full version, as it were, don't really fuck with CBD. Yeah. I know Adam is obviously a big weed head, and he still takes CBD on top of that, which I always thought was overkill, but he fucking digs it.
It counteracts. That's the problem, and for most people, that's it's a bad thing if you've only got so much pot. You don't want to get high and then get low. That's not fun.
See, I thought it was synergistic. It counteracts each other?
It's 2 to 1, if I'm not mistaken. Like a lot of the stuff that I've read. Now, look, I'm not a doctor. I'm only a doctor in
on
Twitter
fucking business. Yeah.
Hey, Twitter world.
I'm not a doctor, but I play one on TV. Now, no, I think it's one of those things where it's another version, like a cannabinoid. There's a big word, and I believe that it does counteract to some effect the actual THC. So that's just what I've heard.
I don't know, but I've gone full balls into it lately, where I'm getting it in multiple vehicles now. Like I used to be just straight gummies before bedtime because it would help me sleep, but now I'm sucking on that fucking vape pen all day. I'm still doing the oil. Like I'm getting goddamn medicated all fucking day.
Hell yeah. Duchess, are you fucking with it at all?
A little bit.
A little bit? Does it help? Because my wife can't sleep, and that's really a problem, and that's really who it's for, guys. I don't have a lot of interest in it, but I told my wife, I said, I'm going to get you some fucking gummy bears. You watch.
Yeah, man. Send me. Well, I'll get your information. I'll get you some out, man. They've been super good to us. They give us. They send me a box every month with a bunch of fucking gummy bears and fucking shit to hand out to the guests. And I mean, I use it myself. Like they're awesome. Like 2 Rings made them some shoes, and we did the video for them and everything. Like they're all about us and shit. So they'll hook us up whenever we need anything.
2 Rings. Who's that again?
He's that guy. He used to hang around.
Come on. I'm just playing. I'm sad because what did he get 3 sentences in the last time I was here? And now I just chased him the fuck off. I'm the next person. Let's see what happens. Hi guys. #NoOffense show.
Jason Almy was sniffing around, I think. He sent me a text last week before 100 and he was like, "So what are you going to do when Jason's gone?"
Yeah.
I'm like, nothing, buddy.
Could you imagine me and him on a show together?
Yeah, it'd just be the 2 of you fighting.
Look, you guys already have 2 kids. You know way better than that. He ain't going to have time to do shit. It already takes him a month to get a fucking show out. I'm just saying, like, he ain't going to have time to be producing nothing for the next couple fucking months except tears.
Try years.
Except tears.
Yeah.
You know what, though? I feel like, and this might just be me feeling this way, but I feel like he's got more out since the baby's been born than before the baby was born. And maybe that's just because like he had a little paternity break too there, and like schedules were shifted, and he was up all night and then like doing sleep trade-offs with Chrissy and shit. Like maybe he had some extra time to fucking get shit done by himself. I don't fucking know.
But y'all don't miss them days at all. I don't. That's like boot camp, son. I don't need to do that again. I'm cool. I'm ready.
No.
My sister's having a baby next week, and I'm like, nope.
Fuck that.
I tried to talk Dutchie into having another kid, and she told me to fuck off quicker before I could even get it out of my mouth.
I'm like, I'm too old, and we're too broke.
Yeah.
No way. My patience is not how it used to be. Mm-mm.
My wife told me that I should go get clipped. I was like, I'll just keep pulling it out. Don't you worry.
That That's funny.
I tell her, I said, it's so tempting. Because, we go fucking raw. It's just I don't fucking leave. I'm old school, man. I do that pull. You know what I'm saying? I'm a pro at it, too. Because Ari Shafir even made this joke. It doesn't count as a pull out if you don't stroke it at least twice.
Nice.
That's a good fucking word to live by. Because some guys are like, oh, I pulled out. And it's like, yeah, you did. You pulled it out to the rim, you fuck. Like, what are you talking about?
I heard getting snips isn't 100% either, and it's still in your system for a few months after anyway, so it's still not guaranteed.
I want to look at statistics with prostate cancer and that, because I've always been, since I learned about this and I learned that I had a license to jack off, I was like, oh, it's good.
License?
It's good for me. Like,
He is a doctor.
Yeah, it's doctor recommended. At least take 2 of these and call me in the morning. No, they say your prostate health is directly affected by your semen production and release. Dude, it's poison. We got to get the fuck out of there. And so, yeah, I wonder if you get clipped, like, does that affect that at all? Because I know you still produce a little bit of something, but it's not jizz. Does it just stop? Where does it go?
I don't know,
Yeah,
but
it's like
I
goes back
don't
in
like
your
the
body.
road that you're going down, man. Like, this is not.
You're spinning me out right now, dog.
This is not
Let's do
something I'm
some
liking.
changing.
This is not something I'm liking, dude.
It's like those kids that were putting band-aids over their dick holes.
You remember that? Oh my god!
How do you not remember things like that? So it probably just goes back into your body somehow.
Why would they do that?
Yeah, that sounds bad. It sounds like it would blow something out of the spot, right? Like it
Yeah.
would dislocate one of your organs or orifices or something.
Well, Riley's a millennial. Maybe he's tried it. We should have him on. Ask him about it.
Yeah, I
New
give
school
him
versus
old
school.
credit though. He's young, but he's not like that.
I
He
know
ain't
he's
eating Tide
not. I
Pods
know
and
he
shit.
ain't dumb.
I give him a little credit.
That'd be like a Looney Tunes commercial where Bugs Bunny sticks his finger into Elmer Fudd's fucking shotgun.
Oh god!
That shit will pop. Like, no, it's coming out. Sorry.
Oh fuck!
Now, Jizz Kids. What's next? We're gonna do
Jizz kids.
Jizz Kids.
Yikes! That's like Garbage Pail Kids, X-rated version.
I was I'm closing my tabs here. I had this movie pulled up talking about the hurricane and shit. Did you see this this hurricane movie called Crawl that was made about us?
I don't get to watch a lot of movies. Tell me about it.
So the premise is there's this Category 5 hurricane coming at Florida, and it hits and raises all the water, and it floods like through this town, and then like fucking crazy alligators come into people's houses because the water's up, the water level gets risen up and shit.
It's a legitimate story. Could definitely happen. And snakes, pythons,
Oh, dude, I'd be more scared about that.
pythons, motherfucker.
They just, I was fucking pulling my stories, and I read something that they pulled an 18-foot python out, and the guy grabbed it with his hand, the trapper or whatever, and as he was wrangling that one up, his buddy that was trapping with him pulled another 18-footer out, like right there with him.
They were probably fucking.
That's
Making
oh
more
my god,
18-foot
dude!
babies.
Like, it makes my skin crawl. I hate that shit.
If you really want to feel it, you want to feel it deep down in your bones. We got that Animal Planet app on our TV. We use like her mama's fucking login shit so we can watch some cable because we don't have cable. But it's got their whole catalog, right? Or it's Discovery Channel. Excuse me. If you're watching Shark Week, that's where I found it. We were fucking around with that. So there's a show called Guardians of the Glades. Have you heard of this show?
Nope.
So it's this team of people, and basically they're driving around Florida, and they pick up Burmese pythons because that's one of the most invasive species. But there's other shit too. Like apparently there's open season. Whenever this was filmed, they just passed the law where you can kill iguanas. You can whatever fuck you see something, kill it. So the show is about they go out, and he's like a legendary trapper, record setter guy, and he's caught some big ones and shit, and some other dude beat him. So that's the show, is like these two assholes are just roaming through the Everglades, plucking snakes out of fucking ditches and shit. And so I'm watching the show. It's entertaining. I don't really care about snakes, and I see it, and I go, well, that's why I'm not going there, but this is kind of cool seeing these assholes, because, I mean, these like 10-foot snakes, so they grab them by their fucking head, and it wraps up around their arm, and it's like they look like the fucking Thing. You know what I'm saying? Like this big-ass club arm. So we're watching it. I'm getting to it. Here it comes. This is the money shot. We're watching the show, and the guy's talking about wanting to get a big snake. He's like, we got to go out at night. That's how we're going to find them. And I go, okay. stupid motherfucker.
And that is what they do too.
With
Snakes
spotlights.
are cold-blooded. I don't think they hunt at night.
Well, that was the plan, is to find the big ones. You have to just stumble upon them. Like, basically, these
they're
dickheads.
sleeping.
Yeah, these dickheads were walking through knee-high water, waist-high water, but, about that, and just with their feet going like, let's see, is that a snake? Nope, that's a log. Let's see. And they happened upon this giant fucking snake.
It had to have been anaconda.
Is snakes out there this big?
It was a Burmese python, and it was...
they don't normally live in the water.
13 feet long. It was the fucking thing was the size of a ham, like the circumference. So this guy...
That's sick.
This guy jumps on it like Steve Irwin and puts it in a headlock and shit, right?
You should have died like him too, idiot.
So, now this guy's kind of old too. He's like late 50s, probably gray beard. He kind of looks like Ted Nugent's uncle, like if you had to imagine.
Nice.
Okay.
So he's wrestling with this fucking python. The other dude, the professional that's his arch nemesis, is out in the thing with him, helping him because nobody else wants to hunt at night. So this motherfucker is wrestling this Burmese python. Okay. All of a sudden, you see it start to get the best of him. It's like watching a UFC fight when you see the tide turn, like DC and fucking Stipe. Like,
right.
The guy had it by the head, and it was thrashing and shit and wrapping him up. He's like, "No, I got it." And then all of a sudden, you see that fucking shit creep up over his shoulder and around his neck.
No.
And you see him go, "Oh shit, hang on." And he hollers for the other guy. So the guy starts running, right?
His nemesis?
Yeah, the fucking cameraman.
They're best friends.
The cameraman never took the shit off the frame. And I'm sitting here going, I think the
Goddamn professional.
The cameraman was supposed to do something, I think. Because at one point, it cinched his ass up like a head-arm triangle choke.
Oh, no.
And his hat came off, and he fucking goes, "Oh, shit!" And the other guy just happened to run in there and fucking wrench that snake's ass off of him because he literally had a ham hock-sized Burmese python in a head-arm triangle choke, and he was like fixing to get fucked up real bad. So fuck your state. Don't worry about the gators. Long way around. That's what you need to be worried about. Some fucking snakes.
That's the more southern state, though.
Yeah,
Not so bad up here.
that's a little bit further south. We ain't even never been down that far in the fucking almost 20 years we've lived here. But
I'd like to go.
I forget. Isn't it like the armpit area? Like, not to be rude, but it's like the armpit, kind of the crease. Is that where Tampa is?
Yeah. We're smack dab in the middle.
Sweet.
But yeah, that's all because them fucking assholes keep going to them reptile shows like you two, and they buy them, and they're cool for 30 days, and then they're like, hey, fuck this, and they throw them out in the goddamn water.
Well, then it eats a child, and then they get rid of it.
Or something,
Somebody's
whatever.
Fucking dog.
Yeah, whatever might happen. But point I was going to get to before we did all that, which I appreciate, by the way. I love hearing fucked up stories about where I live. Thank you, Jody.
Go watch the show. That was just episode 3, motherfucker. Like,
this fucking this alligator movie is like kind of like in the vein of like a Sharknado, where it's kind of it seems like it's legit, where Sharknado's more funny. But in looking through all this, I go down rabbit holes. There's a clown Sharknado that's out, and it's an actual movie. Have you?
So dumb.
And I'm going to ask you, have you seen this? And I know you haven't because you said you don't look at shit like this.
yeah.
There's
I haven't
a
seen any of the regular Sharknadoes, so this is
Oh,
all
bro,
news
you're
to
missing
me.
out. You're missing out.
I've
They're
heard.
hilarious.
I've heard. I know. I just haven't got around to it.
Just gotta watch it to look at deteriorated Tara Reid.
Oh yeah,
She
she's fucking rough
terrible.
nowadays.
I'd rather not. Thanks.
Leave the memory.
Ugh.
But this movie's about clowns that come around to like they're murdering clowns with knives and shit, like fucking psychopath style, and they come around in a fucking tornado.
I wonder if there was a tornado in outer space and then the killer clowns from outer space came.
No,
It's the same clowns.
because those clowns look scary to me. This trailer that I watched, because I had to watch it. I thought it was a joke, and it's an actual movie that came out in July. The trailer looks like a bunch of fucking juggalos in a goddamn tornado. Like, they ain't clowns. They're like fucking dudes
If
with face paint wearing
They
combat
make
boots and
this
shit.
movie and they didn't make the Crocodile Dundee with fucking Kenny Powers. I'm pissed.
Yeah, right?
That's ridiculously stupid.
It's an unfair world, babe.
Did
It's
they
an
not
unfair
make
world.
that? Is
No,
what
that was
happened?
that was a Super Bowl
commercial.
commercial. They fucking got us all. I thought that was a movie
I
coming
totally
out and
thought it
everything.
was a movie.
That was a tourism commercial for
Australia.
Australia. Yeah.
I'm genuinely sad about that now.
Yeah,
Like,
me
I never
too.
looked any deeper into it, and I was just like, I'll see it when it comes out. And now that you mentioned it, it never came.
We're so excited because
He's my favorite.
Danny McBride's like his hero.
Yeah, he's my favorite.
You know, Thor was in it. So.
Yeah,
I like
so that's
that,
for
that
you.
show, Eastbound and Down. That's a good show, man.
It's my favorite show of all time.
Hilarious. We've been wanting to be April and Kenny for Halloween every year, but
I'm going to say two things. Katie Mixon is one of the finest women I've ever seen in my life.
Right.
Like, she's breathtaking. I even liked her, like, when she did Mike and Molly, and when she was like the bigger American house mom or whatever the fuck. I ate that show
I watched that show.
She watched that for a minute, but I got tired of it, man, just because it was all about like the fucking husband being a dumbass and shit, and it was all about like the wife being like awesome, which is fine, but like they painted that. I don't even know that actor's name,
It's
the guy
usually
from
the
fucking Drew
situation.
Carey show.
Watsky, it's usually the situation, let's be
Man,
honest.
fuck off. No, it ain't, dude.
I'm just bumbling through this fucking house, breaking shit, and my wife just cleans it up and pays for it. That's what happens.
He was a college professor.
Yeah, but he was always, I don't know, he just had
He was
that
a
fucking
nerd.
Yeah,
He wore
was.
brown sweaters and had curly hair.
As I do from Drew Carey show, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Diedrich Botter is also the dude from Napoleon Dynamite. The grab my arm. No, my other arm.
Yes.
Yeah, that
Rex,
guy.
yeah, Rex Kwon-Do.
Kwon-Do, yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude.
He's hilarious.
I'm with you.
My other
We're
arm.
gonna make Logan be Toby.
Well, yeah, we started talking about this when he was young.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny you bring that up because when Dutchie went through woman's self-defense class, she came home and I was like, all right, show me what they taught you. And it was that type of shit. She's like, okay, come at me. Grab my arm. And I did that. And she goes, no, like this. And I'm
No,
like,
this
you
other
can't
one.
tell your fucking attacker how to attack you, dummy. This is what they showed you? Okay, I'm just going to fucking come at you at retard Hulk strength and you fend me off. And she couldn't do it.
Good luck.
I dug my knuckles into his ribs.
Didn't do shit.
And it didn't
No,
do
because
shit.
he was really fat at the time.
Fuck off.
Damn. She went there, but not anymore. That's why I was been shooting them love letters on fucking Twitter. I said, baby, you are
I'm
fucking,
only kinda fat
you are
now.
sexy. You are a kielbasa right now. Look at you.
My favorite thing is
fucking
when Riley
kinda
calls
fat.
him a snack because he used to be lunchbox. Now
What's
he's a
he?
snack.
I said he's a sack lunch. That's what it is.
I like that better than
Watsky.
thermos.
Watsky, let me ask you, Dutch, excuse me for a second. Watsky, hey. So, how much dick do you think you gained over losing that fucking weight? You lost like 40
not
fucking
enough.
pounds, right? You had to have pulled down at least another half an inch, right?
No, not enough.
I've heard that if you know, it's an incremental thing. It's like for every 50, 60 pounds you lose, you gain like an inch. So,
No,
Probably
I
that's
don't.
how
No,
much
I
you
don't
see
think that's
it.
how it works, though. I think it's like it's an optical illusion because you're losing belly, so it looks bigger, but you ain't really. It was there all along.
oh,
you know
so
what I'm
you
saying?
just had to believe.
You just had to believe.
It's
Polar
that,
Express.
it's that stealth dick. Yeah, it's that hideaway.
Spirit of my dick.
I got a fierce dick root. It's like 3 inches longer.
See, ever since the challenge ended, though, I've been a little bit lax on my diet. You know, like this whole Popeye's chicken thing had me back in the mix. You know, I was hunting down these fucking sandwiches only to find out that they're gone.
Yeah,
I can't fucking get them.
It's fucked up, bro. It really
I
is.
Chick-fil-A for
I went
life.
the other day. I didn't know anything about it being sold out, and I went and I tried to get it, and I couldn't find it. And I texted Riley because you know he blends up fucking junk food and eats it, and he knows all about this shit. And he was like, "Oh, bro, haven't you seen the tweets? They tweeted 3 days ago that they were out." I don't fucking follow Popeyes on Twitter.
We're out. You know what it is? You can respect this as a hustle because you're in the industry. It was like when they released Cran Burrito. Remember that shit?
Yeah.
The Bud Light Cran. I know it's sacrilege. I'm sorry. I don't know
Yeah, it's
which company
whatever.
you work for, but I'm saying like the Cran Burrito, they put it out like literally a season. And they only sent like 2 or 3 cases to some of these stores around here. And they were delicious.
Well,
So
you
as
know
soon
what?
as somebody drank one and figured that shit out, like they all flew off the shelves, and then people were pissed. They were like, "What the fuck?" And then it was a year, maybe the next Christmas, they brought them all full fledged, and they were like, "Well, there you go."
Well, I was just going to tell you, Jody. My bosses listen to this, so I mean, guys, cover your ears.
Yeah,
but that is the winter seasonal of that line, so that's
It
why
is.
you can only find it at that time of year. But then you said it yourself, so
Right.
you
They
already
did a
know.
very limited release. I remember because they were literally people mad because they had been at a party. Somebody said, "Hey, try one. That shit's delicious." And then you go and they're like, "Dude, we've been out for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
It's gone."
That's
To
how
make
they
you
do it,
fucking
man.
mad.
Exactly, that's how they do it. That's why we just launched Oktoberfest from Sam Adams in August, and then when October comes around and everybody wants it, the shit's gonna be fucking gone.
I jumped
That's
on
how
the
they do
Natter
it.
Day. That's my new shit. I
Hey,
can't stop.
don't fucking talk to me about
I
that
can't
shit.
stop
Dude.
with
Come
the
on.
Natter. Chris Watsky. It's like one of those things where you almost
it was a joke.
buddy, you almost don't want to say it out loud, okay? Like, you feel like, as a man, you shouldn't say these things. My wife likes Natter Day, and she doesn't drink beer at all. It's not her thing. She's a wine and sometimes reds or some shit like that.
It's like natural light, but it's like lemonade. It's like pink lemonade natural.
So here's the thing.
Oh, yuck.
Yeah, right?
Here's the thing. There's not a lot of sugar in it, but it is kind of sweet. But it's like strawberry lemonade mixed with beer. I have not had a hangover from these. Dude, we've bought 8 30-packs of this shit in the last
Jesus
couple
Christ, Jody.
We drank them all.
Sandy.
We drank them all. They're like a shandy. It's like a strawberry lemonade shandy, and somebody cursed me out. They're like, there's not a goddamn shandy. It's like I don't like the heavy-duty shandies. I like Lining Google or whatever, shit like that. So, for me, I had one, said, oh, what's that pink can? What's that, cancer beer or something? You know, and then I tried one, and I go, oh, damn, that's pretty good. And then,
Fucking
dude.
Jody.
But he cut to me like 2 weeks later. I'm standing at the self-checkout at Kroger. I didn't even get a buggy. I walked in there and got 2 30-packs, one under each fucking arm. I walk up to the self-checkout, and I'm standing there waiting, and this dude behind me with his wife, he kind of goes, hey, man, is that shit good? And I go, yeah, it's real fucking good. It's just me, solo.
Yeah, you
2
got
cases in it.
Yeah,
Like, what do you think,
60
idiot?
fucking beers. Hey, is that good? No, I don't really
Tastes
care
like
for
dog shit.
I hate it. I'm trying to get rid of it. It's fag beer. I don't want it. That's probably what happened here quicker. It's Arkansas, you know what I'm saying? That would be much more of a logical explanation.
it. True. I can see that.
Put them cans up your ass later.
Yeah. Got little flamingos on them. You know what that means.
We thought it was a joke when it came out. When we first saw it, I was like, this can't be fucking real, and then it was.
It's gone a little far. I'll say that, because I think they released a seltzer, a douche fucking fluid.
They did. But Jody, I'm here to tell you, man, like, we do White Claw, and we sell more of that shit than fucking any other thing combined.
I bet you do.
It's ridiculous.
It's just fucking Zima.
Yeah.
It's-
Zima's awful. They can suck a dick. I'm not talking about you. I just mean the people that enjoy it. They can eat a dick.
Yeah, they can. Fuck them.
But I'm going to get drunk and stay hydrated? That's not part of it. What the fuck? Like, you drink whiskey, you drink beer. I'm not saying it makes you less of a person, but what are we doing here, guys? Fuck.
I just think it tastes like buttholes, so I don't drink it for that reason.
I'm going to let you sit in that for a second.
Well, that's okay. I took a drink, so of my non-flavored water.
I'm pounding a claw right now, bro.
Yeah, right.
I'm not drinking tonight. I had a couple last night, so I figured that's space.
Yeah, after last night, I'm running on fumes, dude. Like, I don't think I actually closed my eyes till like 2 a.m, and then I woke up a little after 5 to go to work. So I'm running on fumes. I'm not drinking tonight either.
Yeah, man.
I am.
Yeah, Dutchie's fine. She's got fucking 2 cans already open in front of her.
I'm gonna start calling her 2 cans.
2 cans? What? She said, no, I ain't doing that.
Got it.
Dude, the pain cans. Because they could be my chest cans or my empty cans.
What about
know what
toucan
they
like
could
the
be.
bird? I'll call you Toucan Dutch.
Don't think I ain't going to
call it
Photoshop
whatever
a
you
bird
want,
with her
Joe.
head on it tomorrow.
Oh, no.
Good luck.
I'm drinking Cape Lines.
Yeah, which is the stupid cousin to White Claw. So they were
better
they
than
were
White
BOGO
Claw.
at Publix a little bit ago. So we got a bunch of them.
I forgot the best part about Natter Days. You ready? It's $18 for a case.
Of course, because it's fucking natty, dude. How expensive could it be?
I think I just got a boner. Jesus Christ.
On that note, can we talk about Florida?
Yes.
Woo, doggy. Hey, Beatrice.
Yeah.
Get your ass in here. These no offense boys about to do Welcome to Florida again.
Let me grab the natty.
Oh, shit, and I thought my family was fucked up.
This week's Florida stories are sponsored by Ohfishl Clothing. Check out ohfishl.com. That's spelled OHFISHL, and use code HTNOS to save 25% off your order of beautiful t-shirts, hats, and jewelry. Ohfishl Clothing. Live by your own rules.
Bitch.
First story we got tonight. We are in Hudson, Florida, where this is an epidemic. It's summertime, so everything's a little bit more savage.
And naked.
Florida man threatened to chop his house guest with a machete after he did not flush the toilet.
Oh, that's...
I feel him on that.
Yeah.
I feel him.
I feel him on that too, and a lot of people are all about, hey, so there's a hurricane coming, conserve water. Fuck off.
Why?
What?
No, it's cool. Don't worry about it. We got water. Flush your toilet.
Especially if it's a doo-doo.
Well,
Shit
if it's
outside.
brown, flush it down.
Go outside and
Get a
shit.
bucket.
That's how we're gonna do this. Just you go outside and shit. That's fine. You can
Just dig
save
a
all
hole.
the water you want.
Dig a hole.
Dig a hole, shit in it, cover it up.
Keith Mounts, 46, was detained by officers from the Pasco County Sheriff's Office when, according to the victim, the suspect pointed a large knife in his face and warned him that he would chop him over bad bathroom etiquette. Deputies said the machete was found in the yard where the confrontation occurred. As they questioned Mounts, deputies said that he claimed he was defending himself with the machete against the victim, but couldn't explain why he needed to defend himself. A Pasco County Sheriff's Office spokesperson says that quote, the suspect didn't flush the toilet and the victim called him on it. The suspect threatened him with his machete.
Machete.
The nature of the suspect's relationship with the unnamed victim remains unclear. Mounts was taken into custody without further incident and transported to the Land O'Lakes Detention Center, charged with felony aggravated assault. He also provided officers with a very short written statement of the incident that occurred, which stated, quote, shit happened.
Oh my God.
Understandable. I mean, you could threaten somebody with a machete because the reality situation is, do you know how fucking mad you got to be to just start bushwhacking on a motherfucker with a dull machete? Like most of them are dull as shit.
I'll send you the video from the one we talked about last week where the guy took the cart or whatever and the guy swung because he's got it up like a sword, like straight up like Game of Thrones, and he's swinging this shit at the guy's arm like he had to cut his arm all up to shit.
Oof. It's not good, dude. Like, all the ones I've dealt, I take that back. I see one sharp machete my whole life, but most of them are dull.
Right,
They're just
right.
for whacking branches and shit. So it's like hitting somebody with a shovel. Like, you'll cut them, but I'm just
more
saying,
effective
like,
ways.
you're just really wanting to whack the shit out of somebody. I pick up a brick.
Yeah.
You say, listen, just chuck it at the fucking wall. Just like
I want to know why
your head.
everybody's just walking around packing machetes, man. Like, this is like the third machete story we've had just in the last couple months. It just seems like common, like people are walking around
Probably
with it on their back.
They didn't pass the background check for a gun.
Open carry on machete.
You could just buy those at the Home Depot.
But we're gonna
Yeah, we need to ban machetes because these are assault
everything.
I
machetes.
tell you what, I don't know if you listen to Delvin Cox Experience. He's one of the homies in the.
I'm familiar with the Pimp Juice.
But, he likes to ask the question. Oh yeah, he did Comedy is Dead. That's right. Shout out Delvin. So he does a Fast Five on his show, and usually he says, "Hey, if you're in apocalypse." I've listened to a few. I'm pretty sure machete is probably one of the most frequently. Or katana sword. It's machete or a
I think you
ninja
may have
sword.
listened to our episode because I said I was bringing my ninja swords, and then there was this whole discrepancy because I have like ornamental ninja swords, and I would hit somebody with them, and they would fucking break. And
Yeah, I have them too, buddy. I got like a ninja sword, and I got like a Konani.
The fuck is a
Konami
Konani?
sword? They're all shit. You know what I'm saying? Like a
Konani.
like one with a big handle.
Like the video game?
Konani?
No, not like the video game. You think of Konami like Contra and shit.
That's what it sounded like.
She said Konami.
What'd you say? Did you say Punani?
Pootie Tang.
What?
There you go.
No, yeah, that's man. A machete story never gets old, but I just try to get inside their head, and I'm like, you got to really be fucking mad. Just start whacking.
I saw the mugshot of this guy, and he looked like the kind of guy that would swing a machete at his buddy. There's a look. There's definitely a look.
I've seen it. I've seen it in a man's eyes. We'll get to that later. Put a pin in that.
Moving on to Gainesville, where a Florida man was accused of threatening a woman with a chainsaw.
That's better.
Seeing a theme? Seeing a theme this week?
Yeah.
Alachua County Sheriff's.
Is it Limp Bizkit songs? I think that's where we're going, right?
Did they do a machete?
Just roll with
Just
it, man.
roll with
Don't
it.
put me on blast.
I have to. I have to.
Okay.
Alachua
I
County.
don't listen to Limp Bizkit.
I did. I was a big Limp Bizkit fan. You know why? When I was in 10th grade, people said I looked like Fred Durst.
Everybody fucking looked like Fred Durst in 10th grade.
You do look like Fred Durst, and I fucking love Limp Bizkit. Go on with your story.
Alachua County Sheriff's Office arrest report says 36-year-old Dustin Waters approached the woman who was with
Dust on the water. That's smoke.
Did you just say dust on the water? You tried to bust out something, and you said it's smoke on the water
I
for
know.
one, and I'll give you $1 if you tell me who sings it.
Here comes.
I don't know.
Fuck off.
That's not good.
That's not just. Well, I do that to her.
Purple Haze.
You're close.
Try again.
You're
Purple.
fucking
You're
close.
you're warm. You got it.
Deep purple.
Deep purple.
Deep purple.
I do that shit to her all the time, dude.
I was going to say the boys. Think the boys.
Ooh, yeah. Ugh, God, them
Deep?
fucking gills. Ugh.
Yeah, we'll put a pin in that.
Gills?
Go on.
Dustin Waters approached the woman who was with
that's
some
the voice.
friends at their home in Gainesville. He began to argue with the woman who locked herself in a friend's car. The report says the man slammed on the hood of the vehicle and cranked up his chainsaw. Gainesville Sun reports the man ran his chainsaw all along the front bumper and passenger window. He was charged with 2 counts of aggravated assault, property damage, and resisting an officer. The woman was not injured. They did not give any fucking detail as to what happened here and to why he was angry with her. So now I'm turning to you, Jodie B. Speculate. Yes. Give me a story. Why was he angry with this girl? I don't even know if it was his girlfriend. I'm going to assume and take some liberties that this was at least his baby mama. There was some connection to this woman. He was very upset. It seems like a crime of passion. Tell me what the fuck happened.
I'm going to make this very simple. Chicks love dogs, right? Mm-hmm. I'm going to assume this woman probably has a dog, and he probably got up early and went to go take a leak, barely paying attention, and he stepped in a steamy pile of dog shit. Because if I'm just being me, I think that would be the proper response to something like that. Like, especially if I don't like the dog, and I'm like, I done told you, you gotta walk this fucking dog, please, because I can't be dealing with shit piles.
Now I'm finna cut your car, bitch.
I've told you. I done told you 3 fucking times. I ain't gonna say it again. And then you just run a chainsaw up her fucking Honda Civic.
Wow, and it would have been a Civic too with a fucking spoiler.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's how mad.
Dutchie, what do you think happened?
I think that he was going through her phone and found a text message from a work husband and got pissed off, and then decided to go all fucking Leatherface on her.
Or even like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, that is
2 for
Leatherface.
2.
You got it.
That is Leatherface.
Good job, guys.
Yeah, you did it. Hey, by our powers combined, we are one whole retard.
All right.
Yeah, that's probably accurate. It was probably some baby mama drama of some sort.
There's gotta be
I'm with
something.
you on that. I'm with you on that.
I think it's probably some petty shit.
It usually is.
And then she was like, I'm going to go get some cigarettes. And then he was going to the car, and then he's like, oh, no, you don't. And then he grabbed his chainsaw and was like, fuck you, bitch.
That's my car.
Yeah, I'm going to fuck it up so nobody could use it.
But I think we're all in agreement that it was a Honda Civic.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. Most def.
Okay.
Maybe a Toyota Corolla.
Toyota
Like
Corolla.
a 1998 Toyota Corolla.
God, you're fucking spot on with the details, guys.
Yeah. Well, it definitely wasn't a Camry. It was the lower end model.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The last one I got for you, we are in Port Orange, where a North Florida teacher who was caught on camera mowing his lawn in the nude is fighting to get his job back.
Whose camera was he caught on?
His neighbors, I would imagine.
Why are you taking videos of your naked neighbor? Let
Because
him
if-
be.
Ooh, see, this is good because I wanted you're on my wavelength.
I'm on the same
here.
page. Go ahead.
You guys are on my wavelength because I wanted to read out the bulk of what happened, and then I want to know feelings.
Yeah,
So
I need
Alright.
some fucking details. Give me some details.
Yeah, I'm going to paint you a picture. Let's
All
do
right.
this. The teacher was demoted to a non-teaching position after he was recorded, but the teachers union says the punishment does not fit the crime, according to Volusia County United Educators President Elizabeth Albert. Albert says the longtime teacher Brian Wheeler mowed his backyard naked at his Port Orange home in 2017. He made a very poor decision. Neighbor recorded Wheeler and filed a police complaint. Wheeler was charged with exposure of sexual organs and disorderly conduct. The exposure charge was dropped and the disorderly conduct dismissed in a deferred prosecution agreement. Wheeler was not convicted. Now, he was working at Cypress Elementary, and he was removed. He was a tenured teacher with an unblemished record of over 2 decades of history teaching children. Many parents and colleagues supported him. However, a handful of families of young children did not. School district officials gave Wheeler a written reprimand along with a demotion out of the classroom, and they refused to reconsider reinstatement. However, Albert said a settlement has been reached in Wheeler's case in that he will be fined but will retain his teaching credentials. Allowing him to keep his credential would, quote, infer that officials feel he is still in the caliber that is able to work with our kids and teach in the classroom. Since the school district has refused
This is a
that,
long-ass story.
the teachers
It
union
is. I was thinking that.
will
but yeah,
arbitrate
go
on
ahead.
his behalf. I'm at the last one. You couldn't let me get one more
Sorry.
fucking thing out. Jesus
Credentials don't
Christ.
mean shit if you can't work, and just because he can work don't mean they're going to hire him.
That's what I'm saying. Wheeler never lost his certificate. He's allowed to teach elsewhere in the state, but he's dead set on fucking getting his job back.
Good.
Here's what I say.
That's tough.
How do y'all feel about this with not being charged, but with dick out and that lapse of judgment? Jody, I know our kids are about the same age. Would you want your little boy going to this kid's class?
I mean, if I'm being completely honest, as long as he wasn't butt fucking a kid while he was mowing the yard, I don't really give a shit, you know? And that's just being honest. There are people that like to do shit in the privacy of their own home. Like, it was the backyard, sure. I understand it's a little tacky.
Probably
A little tacky.
Maybe it was fenced.
You like that? You like that, buddy?
That's the best way to describe mowing the grass with your dick out. It's a little tacky.
This is what I'm going to say.
Uncouth.
It wasn't a coincidence. I don't know this fucking guy. He's got 2 decades of teaching experience.
20 years teaching these kids.
Successfully guiding children. Look, apparently he's got his wits about him. I know better than to mow naked. I don't mow my yard to start with. But if it did, I wouldn't fucking mow it naked. There's just too much shit out. You know? Too many things can go wrong Final Destination style. So, if he's willing to do that, I'm sure he had a fucking reason.
Yeah, it was hot.
Like, yeah.
You think that's all it is?
Yeah.
He's like Derek Lewis. His balls was hot, so he took his pants
It's
off.
fucking hot. It's Florida. His backyard's probably fenced. He's mowing it. He's probably got some pervert neighbor who lives in a 2-story house looking down on him while he's mowing his lawn naked, taking a video. How else would he take the video?
I don't know, babe.
It doesn't say that his yard's fenced, but if it wasn't, then there'd be more than just one person reporting him to the police for being outside naked mowing his yard.
Yeah.
So basically, the gist of it is y'all are okay that he goes back to the classroom.
Yeah, that he's been teaching for how many years? He's had no allegations towards him for touching little kids.
Okay.
Or anything's come out
Yeah.
in that. I mean,
Innocent until proven guilty,
Yeah.
right?
That's
America.
that's my thing. He wasn't convicted. Like they dropped the charges.
probably because they knew his neighbor was being an asshole.
You think that's that is kind of a
Because it's like, if you don't fucking like it, don't look. That's why I say when I go to the beach in a bikini, you don't fucking like it, don't look.
fuck it. You know what? I'm going out when that goddamn hurricane gets here. I'm going out in the yard butt ass naked and I'm fucking swinging around the goddamn American flag. And I hope all of y'all take my picture.
Okay.
I will. I love that shit. I'll put it on your birthday cake.
Fuck off.
It'll be my favorite thing. I'll make hats and jackets.
Hats and jackets.
Oh, man.
With my
Yeah.
dick.
Boots and coats.
Hats and jackets, boots and coats. God damn it.
We had a
Holla at me, homie casual. You got this.
we had a naked neighbor story not too long ago too, and it was the whole neighborhood was complaining. Remember,
Who?
he was outside fixing his car naked.
Yeah, you're right. Oh, that was a while ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
so
a while
I mean,
ago.
but it was like the whole neighborhood. This one person.
But that was out in the front yard in the driveway doing mechanic works
Exactly.
and shit.
That's what I mean. This guy's fine. Let him do his fucking thing. I bet you if it was some MILF in the backyard
you're in my
sunbathing
head
with
and I
no
love
shirt
it.
on, naked.
I mean, she could be a stone cold 6, and I'd probably not be mad about it.
Right, with a
I'd be
bush
like,
even.
"All right." Yeah,
You gotta
it'd
have
be
a
fine.
bush.
She could work on both. She could trim both yards. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
Shazam.
On that note, let's take a quick break.
I.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Oh, hey, didn't see you there. My name's Michelle, and I'm the host of the comedy show called Welcome to My Show. It's a variety show where I do whatever I want, because it's mine. It's my show. Sure, I have some regular segments, like browsing through the nasty bits of Craigslist, taste testing bugs and other gross garbage, and listener-submitted stories. But other times, I go off the rails and do things like telling my sad, sad future by reading my palm, almost joining the Illuminati, and calling weird men who randomly add me on Facebook. It's real bad. Don't ever listen to this show. Reverse psychology. Works every time. Welcome to my show.
Hey everybody, I'm Mikey T.
And I'm Paranormal Fuckboy.
And this is One Armed Ninja.
And we are failing Hollywood. You are listening to the hashtag No Offense Show.
I thought it was HTNOS.
Is that some sort of ointment?
No, it's the same show. Hashtag H... Whatever. Listen to hashtag No Offense.
You're pointing to a goddamn pound sign.
Yeah.
HTNOS isn't about Japanese custom cars?
No.
It sounds like some sort of rapper from the South.
On the Inner Circle Podcast Network.
All right, coming right back in on the second half with my man Jodie B. Jodie,
Let's
now,
talk about it.
Oh,
Talk about it.
Jodie, You hit
The Boys, right? That's a great fucking
Nope,
show.
that's not it. Well, we're talking about some boys, but it ain't that boys.
You hit me up a week ago, and you said, "What's your plans for 101?" And I said, "You looking to come talk to me?" And you said, "Well, we're doing this little show called Podcast at a Roundtable the night before, and you love to recap that. So why don't we set that up, and we'll come on the next night, and we'll talk about what happened." I didn't expect it to be like this when you asked.
You know, my good friend Doug from over at the Who's Right podcast.
Shout out, Doug.
He sent me a message, and he said, "Hey, how'd the show go?" So I sent him a picture of a text message that I received today, or a tweet direct message, and I just sent a picture of this relatively upsetting DM that I got, and a winky face and a thumbs up. And I said, "I think it went well." And he called me, and he goes, "What the fuck did you do?" I was like, "I thought I did a good job." I said, "I got up last night. I was happy. I walked outside. I kissed my wife on the face. I said,
Where do you
My
normally
wife's
kiss
on
her?
the face.
I said, she said, how'd it go? I said, I think everything went fine. I said, it did exactly what I wanted. And
What,
I
pissed
guess
me
some
off?
people don't see it that way. I guess some people really don't see it that way. So I'm here to, I will take any questions. Yusa. You know, maybe I got some explaining to do. That's fine. But, you know, it is what it is. This was something that I have been working on for 3 months. And in my
You have
opinion,
had a
when I
while.
walked away from it, I was happy with it. I said, it's the best I could have done with the parameters I set.
Okay, so for those of our listeners who haven't watched, first hit pause and go to the Civilized Creatures Facebook page and check out the video podcasted around. It was the semifinals, recorded. By the time this releases on Sunday, it will be the video from Thursday night. And watch. It's an hour, a little over an hour long. Watch the video, and you will see what we're talking about. And I think what the initial shock is that for the first time, probably ever,
I was stupefied.
for the first time,
I was totally stupefied. I came downstairs and I'm like, what happened to that smooth motherfucker Jodie B?
she did too.
Who's
Look,
this other
hey,
Jodie B? He's not some fucking disabled schizophrenic who eats Vegemite.
That's right, gang member.
It's smooth talking Jodie B. I was totally fucking confused.
Let me tell you what, Jody, and this is no bullshit. I stopped recording, and I'm still sitting in my station, and I hear my bedroom door open, like immediately. And I hear her come downstairs, and she stops in the kitchen, and she looks across the kitchen at me, and she's got the same look on her face that I had for the hour previous.
It's a good one. You look like a bulldog.
She's just staring at me, and she goes,
You look like a bulldog shitting thumbtacks. That's what you look like.
You fucking flabbergasted me, dude. Like, I was not prepared for that shit. I took 6 fucking Alpha Brains. I drank a goddamn nitro coffee. I sucked on that fucking vape pen for an hour. I'm talking to my boys. I'm getting fucking jazzed up like I'm going to a prize fight. And then...
Yeah. It's not what you expected.
Just complete fucking left turn. I did not expect it. And I think that's what the problem... Or not the problem, but or maybe it is the problem. I don't know if that's the correct word to use.
Well, we've always
but
said
for
it's
most people,
subjective, so.
For most people that did see that, probably for the first time ever, they saw you come in character.
Yeah.
And it threw everybody for a loop. Nobody knew what to expect from that. And I said, I'm not mad at you. You know, I mean, like, I was caught off guard, and I said, after everything was said and done, I was mad at myself, you know, for letting it shake me like it did. And I mean, if that's what your tactic was, I mean, fuck it, you're there to win. So, I mean, like, that was a successful tactic. I mean, job well done. But who am I to judge if it was good or bad or otherwise?
Right.
You know, I mean, like, you guys took,
and
you took a shot. And
I
that was your shot.
appreciate that opinion fucking more than you understand, Chris Watsky. I really do. And, you know, a lot of people may not have the ability to make that opinion and just say, you know what, it's not for me. Because at this point, you know, we can get as deep into it as we need to. I can explain to you exactly how every piece of this was orchestrated by me. This is a production. This is something that I've been obsessed with for the last 2 months. I've been practicing. I've been figuring out what I was going to do, what voices I was going to do, you know, and I don't know. Like, I really was happy with it. And, you know, I have it on record. I'll say it right now. I understand that some people may not care for Dave personally. That's fine. But you even agreed with me. He did a lot better this time than he did last time.
Yeah, but that being said, I mean, like, the first time he didn't really set the bar too high. And I mean, that's not me speaking with my personal bias. That's just me speaking as someone who watched the show. I mean, like, he bumbled and stumbled through as himself. So, I mean, I would almost expect him to come with some sort of character, because that's his shtick, you know? And, like, I think that's what caught people so off guard, is they didn't expect that from you. I mean, like, when have you ever seen Jodie B do a voice outside of maybe an occasional fucking Stone Cold video on Twitter for 10 seconds when he's walking through his house cutting a promo on fucking somebody, you know? I mean, that's about the extent of it. So when you came out and in full fucking character answering questions as Winnie the Pooh, for Christ's sake, I mean, like, I think it was so good. It floored people, man.
Oh, it made me so happy. That was the hardest voice to do, and I'm glad that I only had a minute to do it.
I have a list here. Winnie the Pooh. Did he say he was?
He said, "My name's Winnie."
Oh, yeah. I didn't hear that part. I think I was just in shock.
You missed the beginning too. I think you said.
Oh, I did, because I was putting the kids to bed.
Right.
So I'm gonna air out as much of this as I can, because a lot of this is kind of settled at this point. I think we can agree on that. We've moved past a bunch of this shit. But I also haven't spoken very much about my feelings about the second round of podcasts at a Roundtable. I have with you personally, but I haven't out in public.
Mm-hmm.
So,
you got the floor, baby.
This is the deal. Dave Chaffee is a friend of mine, and I've spoken a lot with him. I like him. I think he's funny. I understand that not everybody feels that way, and I appreciate honesty. Adam Simmons, I love that dude. You know what I'm saying? Right out the gate, he's not fake. He tells you exactly how he feels, and I appreciate that. So the deal was, in that first episode, I feel like the environment was not correct for Dave to do what he needed to do. Agree or disagree?
In what way? The fact, I mean, that he got pulled into, like, on short notice?
No. I'm saying in relation to with Dave doing characters. I told you I've been prepping for this for 2 months, so I understand what it takes to actually take a moment and try to come up with something. So at this point, I feel like that's not really his thing. And I don't think that he pulled the trigger because he didn't want to get made fun of. He didn't want to look stupid. And I'm sure that given the company, I'm not saying it would have been malicious, but I mean, that's what you do. You know, oh man, what the fuck? You know, that's the nature of that show. And to be completely honest with you, I think it ruined the last round of this show. I really do. I think that going at each other, it's not productive if you're trying to answer a question. You end up just stumble, bumble fucking around and insulting each other, and nothing happens. It's just boring.
Well, I agree. And I think that, I've made my opinion on John, and his performance is, very vocal too. I mean, John's gets the short end of the stick almost every time, but the episode you're referring to, him and Almi made it like a thing where the two of them had like a sidebar from the actual episode to where like every time they got to speak, they were just talking shit to each other. And I think that detracted from both of their performances that time and kind of ushered in, the eventual winner. You know what I mean?
Correct. And so I think that that just say something. I'm sorry.
No,
I heard you.
Okay.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say that if it's not his thing, he doesn't have to do it. And if he was worried about getting made fun of, then maybe he shouldn't say things like "there's not enough black people for Popeyes." So that was pretty funny. It was funny, but it's going to give him some shit. Is what I'm saying.
This is the thing. I'm not here to defend Dave at all. Dave's a grown man. If he has an inquiry or an issue, you can take it up with him. And I'm not saying it to you. I'm saying to anybody. Mm-hmm. So after that happened, Randall goes on Joby's show. And that was when the smack got laid down, the Dave Eats Dicks episode, right? Sure.
Yeah.
In that episode, Randall got a little shitty. And at one point, he said, "This is serious, goddammit," and da-da-da-da, and I want people that aren't going to come on fuck around and all that stuff. And then we had a nice long discussion, and I said, "Randall, you can't be biased as the host. You can't. Like, you give me 3 minutes, I get to do whatever the fuck I want. That's the way this works, correct?" And he was like, "Yeah." And I said, if you do this, if you go that direction, you're going to jeopardize the whole show. I'm just telling you. Like, you have to understand, you're thinking WCW. You're thinking about all the asses that are in the seats watching. I'm thinking WWF. I'm thinking all the people that are going to see it and all the people that are going to listen to it. So you have to make it entertaining for a lot of people. You don't want 4 people just sitting around giving an answer, because some of those questions, buddy, if I would have answered as me, I would have come up dry. Like, literally, there was should you apologize for your race? The Pooh Bear question.
Jody,
it's a yes or no question.
Well, here's the thing. I personally, I don't know if my answer was good for that, but I thought outside the box as I was coming to the fucking mic to speak. I didn't know what the fuck I was going to say until I was right there ready to answer it, and then I fucking did it. I didn't know what the fuck I was going to say, and I feel like I flipped it on its ear enough to where it was actually entertaining because you didn't see that coming. You know, like that's the beauty of this show, is that you can dissect it from different angles, and
absolutely,
maybe that's where you kind of, you know, take some liberties and shit. I mean, like if your method is to do the characters or whatever. I mean, like I said to begin with, I'm not here to dissect your methods or your way to, you know, if you're comfortable doing it that way, by all means do it. I think, again, though, like, let's say Jodie B's a UFC fighter, okay?
Yeah.
Jodie B is the baddest wrestler in the fucking division. He's about to defend his belt against the fiercest fucking stand-up guy. So he's going to light you up if you stand with him, but you go out there and you completely just don't try to wrestle this guy to the ground at all. You could take him down at will. You could take him down and fucking goddamn take his arm, take his back, take his neck, whatever you need to do to fucking end that fight immediately, but you're going to stand with the guy. Why are you going to stand with this guy that's going to fucking murk you? To what? Prove a point? Like you're abandoning what you do best, and that's what I felt like you did. I felt like you're one of these guys, these, you know, A+ fucking guys that can think on your feet, and you have that. So why wouldn't you do that? You know, like that's what I didn't get, and that's what was kind of frustrating me.
So just so we're very clear, I can show you the notes. All I had was a piece of paper with some names written on it. I took a couple notes
for characters.
During the thing. Yes, sir. I'll take a picture of it right here on my desk right now. So. When everything went down and Randall got mad about the character stuff and we talked, he said to Dave, and it wasn't like a buddy, you know, he was cool. They apologized and got over it, whatever. But he did say, Dave, when you come back, you're going to be against Jodie B, and you do whatever you want, man. You do all the fucking characters, all the shit like that. So I got irritated about the whole thing. I really got a little pissed off, and maybe that's where I fucked up, because I genuinely was not trying to throw anybody off their game last night. I really wasn't. I saw an opportunity because I know Dave can do better. Like, love him or hate him, whatever, that wasn't his best. And I said, okay, if you want his best, I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to make him
even at your own detriment?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Maybe that just wasn't the time to do that.
Maybe not, but the thing is, I want to put on a show, and if he's going to be there, I don't want to fucking have like a half alive puppy on the ground and kick it. I want something that's going to give me something. So all I said was, hey, this is what I'm doing. I'm writing down these names, and you need to come up. I need a skullfucker part. I need a couple things from you. But if you aren't going to be able to think on your feet, which even for a couple of the pieces that he went askew, he did answer his questions.
He did, and that's where I felt like, when I told you I felt like he did better, that's where he did better. I mean, like I said, he didn't bumble through them like he did the first time around. He actually had something to say. It still didn't do it.
It's not for
you.
No,
it's still.
Yeah, that's fine.
But here,
that's what I'm trying to say is at the end of it, when we all got off the phone, and I said, I got through this. I managed to do 8 different characters. And yeah, I fucked up a couple times. But if you listen to me, go back and listen to it. Don't watch it. Listen to it. I'm literally getting into character every time. That's what the deep breath is. That's what that... It's me, like, zoning in and going, I'm going to do an accent. You know how hard it is to do a fucking accent?
No, I can appreciate that.
You know, and that's... I'm sorry. I'm going to get to the point of this, and I'm not saying this to you. You know, we talked about that message that I got, and it irritated me because I feel like there's a few folks that seem to think that it was like a tank job. Like, we were coming there to sabotage some shit. I'm sorry that, you know, these this sponsor stuff came up in the last few weeks. This has been planned for 2 months. I can't change my plan, and you're not in the DM groups. I've been running voices by people in those DM chat rooms for the last 2 months. I ran through every voice with Randall Fowler the day before. Let's pull back the curtain. I was testing out my headset that I bought, and I said, check out these voices. What do you think about it, Randy? Do you enjoy it when I talk in your ear?
You know what? That's almost the pedophile from Family Guy. If you
It
add
almost is. I can't do the whistle.
I was going to say, if
You know
you
what
add
it
a
is?
whistle, dude,
Look.
you got it.
I can't do the whistle, but you know what it is? It's English Bubbles. You ever watch Trailer Park Boys?
No.
I know what it is.
Fuck.
You know what it is?
Somebody's going to get it. He's the dude with these thick glasses.
Oh, I know who that is. Yeah, I know who that is.
He's over there pulling on his bird. So it's that, but you make it English and you throw some shit. I like to do voices. I do them on my show quite often.
See, and that's what I was going to say, man. Like, even though that's not my deal, and I mean, like, maybe I'd be more open to it if I actually did, care for Dave. Which, I mean, it's not a secret that I don't. I'm not talking
Right.
shit. That's.
Well, I mean,
out
I don't
there.
think you want him to die.
No,
but
yeah,
you
but
just
it's
don't
just
like each
it's
other.
not
That's
it's not
fine.
my thing. But that being said, what you did, I could appreciate what you did. I think it was good. Like, you came in and if you're trying to help him, you came in.
I leveled the playing field.
Well, you beat him at his own game, but it still bothered me that you did that, because I felt like you made it between you and Dave, and that's what I told you the week before. I felt like you were coming in and it was 2v1v1. Like, y'all were coming in holding hands, and then me and Brooke were just kind of there, like, by ourselves and shit. And that's kind of what you did. I mean, like...
Now, I will say this. You're absolutely correct. I got tunnel vision in that situation. And if anybody... Look, and this is the God's honest truth. Whatever, God. I'm being for real. If I offended maybe a handful of people, I am truly sorry, and I would apologize. And that is one thing that I do want to say. I understand that it probably threw you off. And, I can't say it was planned. I was kind of hoping that Randall would play back a little bit, being that he knew kind of what was going on. And I got him to chuckle a couple times, and Dave made you laugh once. I'm
like
saying,
how you picked that out.
I saw it. It was funny because it wasn't even like a full smile. Like, you had that Alabama look on your face the whole time. But at one point he said something and you just cracked the tiniest little smile. It was a smirk. Let's be real. But you got to giggle. And this is what I'm saying, guys. I'm good friends with Randall Fowler. I would never tank a show to try to jeopardize something. I'm sorry if that's what it come off as. But the fact that somebody, and now maybe a few more people, would think that I would intentionally try to sandbag, that's not how I do things, man. If I've got to be the fat kid at the pool that takes his shirt off first and jumps in so everybody jumps in, that's what I'm going to do because I want to put out a good show. Now, I thought that you were going to do a voice or two, Alex Jones, you cocksucker.
Listen
Give it to me right now.
Listen. You know what? I'll stop you right there. Middle of the show, I was so disgusted with what's going on, and I can. My group will actually attest to that because 15 minutes into the show, I'm texting them. I'm like, "What the fuck? What the fuck do I even do with this, man? Like, I don't know what to do." That I was almost going to come on and do something, and I'm like, I
wanted you to
I'm not gonna
so
fucking
bad.
do it. But
That's all
see,
I
and you're
wanted.
saying do Alex Jones, and I was going to come on as O.J. Simpson, dude. I was going to say hello to the world. Blah 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 blah.
There's two. Why didn't you fucking do it?
Because I didn't want to fucking do that. I was angry.
I understand.
And I wasn't angry at you. I was angry at my fucking self that I let you shake me. I let the both of you come in there and shake me, even though I knew that that's what you were going to fucking do, and you did it anyway. And to that credit, you did what you were supposed to do. So fucking bravo. But
I say this? I also set up the show the night after just to make it clear that that's what I meant to do. How about that? I'm a sick motherfucker.
Well, I will say, and I told you this earlier, and I'll say it now too. If by some chance that you don't win this show, I think it's going to come back to haunt you, dude. I think that this is going to be, if you would have come in as yourself and you just came out and spit the fucking like Dutchy said. Would you say that smooth fucking
motherfucking Jodie B?
That smooth motherfucking Jodie B.
Well, and listen, here's what I got to say about this. The only reason why Dave was there is because he found a loophole from the first time. So if he didn't do very well the first time, and then you try to come in like the fucking Dark Knight and help his ass out, I don't get that either.
This is the thing. And this is, if you guys don't know this about me yet, you should. I'm loyal, sometimes to a fault. if you're part of my crew, if you're somebody that I'm looking out for, I'm going to do everything I fucking can.
No, I get that, but he wanted to win so bad to be on this second thing.
I don't think he wanted to win to be on the second thing. He wanted to beat Adam.
That's all it was.
That's all it was.
That's all that was.
And then
it's kind of like a dog chasing a car, and we've all been there. Like, what are you going to do when you fucking catch it? Like, But look, and that's what I'm trying to say. Like when I got off the phone call last night, I text Dave. I said, Dave, how do you feel? And maybe it doesn't matter, but I'm just saying. I said, how'd it go? He said, because he almost pulled out. Like he got nervous. He was like, I don't think I want to do this. And I said, or he said, are you fucking with me? Are you just going to do like one thing? And then I said, no, I want to push myself. I want to do an impression for 2 fucking minutes. You know, that's something I've never done. And I felt like I could do it because I put a lot of time into it.
And that's fine.
You know what I'm saying?
Why don't you guys put a show together called Characters of the Roundtable, and then you guys do your own shit?
Well, and it's I'm glad you said that too, because I think that was another dimension to this, is that, you know, you brought an agenda to Randall's house, and I think that's what pissed him off. You know, because in his mind, like you're saying, as a host, you need to be, you know, unbiased and whatever. Maybe he is, maybe he's not, but I think that's what played into it, because he's like, look, I'm trying to put out this fucking show, and I'm trying to have my best foot forward and everything, and I think he felt that y'all came in and were just fucking around. That's my opinion. That's not from him. He didn't say that to me. I'm just saying, as an outsider looking in, maybe that's where his head was.
Well, even in the beginning, you guys planned to grenade each other in the beginning, and Chris said it was a strategy.
It was, because then that basically made my grenade.
You can't interrupt me.
Yeah, that made my grenade null and void, because of what I'm not going to
cop out.
I'm not going to blow.
No, it's not a cop out.
I don't think it's a strategy.
I'm not going to let okay. Because I was going to do a full character. I'm dead serious. Like I love this shit. Like I can pretend with the best of them. I just don't do it a lot. I said, okay, Dave, if I'm gonna fucking try to zone in and do something, I don't want to get interrupted. He said, and I don't want you fucking getting somebody pissed off for grenading them. I said, so we'll just do it right there front. First question. Usually it's a fucking dud. That's. And just so happens, I told Randall I was going to do it too, and he put the fucking Stone Cold Steve Austin question up front. And he tried to throw me off.
See, which is so funny, because think about this.
I really thought he was going to play along. Like, the guys, he knew about it. He knew everything that was going to happen, and it broke my heart when I got that message today, because I'm like, this whole thing is planned. Like, do you think that I would show up to this unprepared? Like, that's what kind of hurt my feelings out of the whole thing with that message I got. And I'm not into throwing names. It's whatever.
Right.
They didn't know the whole situation. I'm looking out for my buddy, and I just wanted to make him do his best so I could do good, so maybe we could push y'all to do good. And if that didn't work and it sidetracked you, I am truly sorry. I interrupted Brooke last night, and it broke my fucking heart. Like, because I really truly didn't mean to step on her. I really
thought
did.
It was your turn.
Right.
That wasn't on purpose. She didn't care.
Right. I'm not a malicious person.
No. Nobody's saying
I don't
you are.
know, but that's what I'm saying is, if you're going to point your gun, you point your gun in the right direction. I told Dave to do almost everything he did. I didn't tell him what to write, but I told him, you need to have this many people because this is what I'm going to do. He didn't do a couple of the characters because obviously it wasn't being very well received. And so there was a couple that he pulled, and I told him after, I said, it's a good thing. Can I tell you the only note that Randall gave me? The little pull the curtain back. I wasn't going to say Tigga after the Pooh Bear quote. And I felt like that was something I should tell Randall.
Yeah.
So I said, hey, Randall. I sent a tweet out about it about a week ago. I said, is it okay for a white person to say the N-word in character as a bit? And like, I didn't, nobody responded, so I guess I just went with it.
Because you're asking a taboo fucking question. Yeah.
I wanted shock value. I wanted something to grab you, because there were a couple of those.
Listen though, dude. I think you're better than that, and that's the point that I was trying to drive home to you. I mean, it's like, you think fucking Gallagher's gonna walk up to Dave Chappelle and say, "Hey man, you're one of the best comics in the world working right now. You know what I think would be great? Why don't you start smashing watermelons? I think everyone would dig that." And do you think Dave Chappelle would say, "Yeah man, that's a good fucking idea. Let me abandon all this shit that makes me who I am and start fucking smashing watermelons"? I mean, that's never gonna happen. happen, dude. And that's kind of what it felt. It felt very shticky, slapsticky, and that's what caught everybody off guard because that's not Jodie B.
Oh, it could seem corny because it might have been corny in a couple places. And I want to thank Duchess for the nice burn. I guess the road fell apart and it turned into Cajun Mike Tyson. It was awful. And
to the point Brooke even mentioned it like in the show.
That was the only time. That was the only time I broke through that whole fucking thing.
I'm sorry.
And it's just so no. Listen, this is, and to go back to your analogy, you were talking about I'm the best wrestler. I'm going up against a striker. I understand that in that situation you're trying to win, and I'm not saying I wasn't trying to win. I'm trying to put on a show, guys. That's what I'm trying to do. And if my friend's going to be involved and I can help him, that's what I'm going to do. And it sucks because if it came off the wrong way, that's really a problem, and I feel bad. And I would apologize to Randall. I would apologize to you and Brooke because you guys got shook. I'll apologize to Duchess because you're sitting right there.
I'm good.
I don't really give a fuck what anybody else thinks about it because at the end of the day, it's subjective.
Right.
And, until we see what happens, it happens. But what I can say is after 2 months of planning and a Post-it note on my fucking desk with 8 names written on it, when I got up from that chair, I felt good. And I told Dad, I said, what do you think? He goes, I actually had fun. Thank you. I said, have a good day, Dave. And I fucking went outside.
And you shouldn't feel bad about it because like I said right off the top, that was
like a sucker punch today. Like it got me in my feelings because Randall hasn't, and whatever. I'm not going to get into that, but I never even thought to think of it that way. And then when I got that message, I was like, is that really what people fucking... Hold on. And it spun me the fuck out. I was like, that's not what happened. Guys, I have proof.
See, and I was actually going to bat for you.
I've been planning this for months.
I was going to bat for you with a lot of different people, Randall included. just saying.
I appreciate that, but you know what I'm saying?
It's not malicious. If Jodie did this and you feel a certain way about it, you need to fucking hit Jodie up because I promise you he wouldn't do that to you. And I explained it the same way I said it to you to start. I said this was a tactic, okay? Again, using the fight analogy, you got a fucking opponent. You're going to try to game plan for them. What can I do? What can I do and in this instance, you have a judge aspect. So what can I do to set myself apart? I get it. I just don't feel that you needed it. I feel like Dave showing up with it, I expect that from him. It's not my thing, but shoot your shot, buddy. And
sometimes he's funny.
Sometimes he gets it. But a lot of times it's just
the shitty
funny.
Pussy line made me laugh a little bit.
Yeah, I laughed a little bit at that too.
It got me.
See, a lot of times with him, and I'm not here to fucking shit on him and his style either, because again, it's his style, and some people do dig it. But to me, it's just a funny voice, and then let me race to see how quick I could talk about jerking off or fucking something sexual, and that's his fucking game, whatever. But it gets old super quick, and I'm not a fucking comedian, so I'm not here to fucking step on anybody's toes, dude. I get behind the mic and I just talk. Podcasting, take it into just podcasting in general. It's for me, it's personal. It's autobiographical. We talk about our lives. We talk about what we're fucking doing. We do that. For Dave, it's more theatrics. It's more of a show. It's more this. It's more that. Mm-hmm. I think you kind of fall somewhere in the middle.
I'm a chameleon, brother.
You fall somewhere in the fucking middle.
That out. Mm-hmm. I've always been that way. I have a natural instinct to blend in, and sometimes I stand out. I don't know. It's philosophical. I guess it sounds kind of gay, but whatever.
Well, let's keep playing the hypothetical game, dude. Let's say I move forward and I have to face Adam in the next round of winners or whatever. It would be the same fucking scenario, but I promise you, I'm just going to go in and do the best I can. And I know I'm ill-equipped for that fight, but hey, the sun shines on the dog's ass some days. I'm going to give it my best shot. I'm not going to go in and try to fucking,
That's what
27 rings, motherfucker. You suck my fucking dick from the back.
You already know.
You already know. I'm not gonna do what he does to try to, I don't know, run in that lane. I'm just going to I'm going to do the best that I can in my style.
Jodie's wanted to do for a while now. It just sucks that it came at a lot of people think is the wrong time is all.
I really think that listening to it is better than watching it. Watching it is hard.
You know how I feel,
bro. That's all
you know how I feel about video, dude. You fucking preaching to the choir.
I can't do it, and I'm glad I didn't, because there was a moment there in the middle where I almost bailed, guys. I really did, and it was when I answered the question in my own voice, and it was work husband, work wife shit. If you remember, dude, I'm telling you, I'm a psycho. I remember all this stuff. Like, I planned a lot of it in the sense of, this is what I need to do here. I'm going to try to do this here. I got to, okay, this is one I'm not very good at. So when he says the next 1 minute question, I've got to do this one. Like, it was very meticulous. And
well, aside,
God damn,
it's weird to be able to plan for something like that when you don't know the questions. So.
Oh, I had a whole page of notes that I wrote out because I mean, and I've said this, this isn't a secret either. Randall had said to us in that private message, make sure you're up on current events. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? I don't watch the news. Yeah, it fucked me up big time. So I'm literally up into showtime, sitting there at fucking Google News, hitting all the most recent shit, writing notes down. That wasn't fucking bullshit. I had to fucking figure out who the goddamn Epstein was. I didn't fucking know.
I knew who that was.
I didn't fucking know. I'm a goddamn child. I am a child, okay? I play fucking Xbox. I play fucking fantasy football. That's my life. I don't fucking know things about the world. So that I had a whole fucking sheet of notes that I did not even use.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm just sending you my Post-it notes, just so you know I'm not bullshitting.
We don't think you're bullshitting,
I'm going to tell you. No. I want it just so Chris can see, so I know you'll appreciate it. Those are my notes. So, it sucks because it came off weird, and I keep repeating myself, and it's weird now, so we're going to move on, or you can say something else. Whatever.
No, me too. I mean, like, that's...
I am truly sorry if it threw you off, because it wasn't my intention. I mean, it would have been a good tactic. I guess I would have thought about it, but...
Well, the fact that I lived in that moment, and I was so off my game, I immediately, when it was done, felt like I did bad. And then I listened back to it today, and I was like, I didn't do...
You did fine.
I did fine. I didn't do bad answering the questions. The only regret I have is that I let it visibly fucking shake me, and I felt like that let Randall down in that same regard. The same reason why someone can make an argument that you guys came in and fucked up the show because you did that. It wasn't great to look at for me sitting on the fucking video either, with my hand on my face, looking like I'd rather be any fucking where else. And I apologized to Randall multiple times for that. I said I wasn't much better.
You can't help that, though. That's just who you are.
Well,
when you're angry, you can tell. When you're sad, you can tell. When you're pissed off, you can tell. It's just
driving home.
Well, you're a human, and that's really what it all boils down to, guys. We're people. We're not these fucking just these big personality. We're just regular fucking people, and sometimes shit it works out the way that it does. You might get your feelings hurt. You might say the wrong thing, but at the end of the day, I know that I was just trying to be silly and trying to, put on a show. And I really, really wanted a little more participation, around that, not to be seen as like trying to detour the show as like a motivation. Oh, he's going to go do this shit. Well, I'm not going to do a voice, but now I'm going to get a little silly because
I was, you kept saying, I just didn't have the opportunity. Chris, the questions didn't afford it. I don't think, and I mean, we can move away even from like the controversial type shit. I mean, talk about the actual meat of the show too. I mean,
right. So the one thing that I did want to say, and I appreciate you being so confident in me, but I've listened to that first episode of that show. It's not that great. Jason Almy talks too much, and he ran over a couple times.
Yeah.
And so
that's been my whole thing the whole time.
We only had like 5-6 questions, guys. And if you really listen to that, there's a couple moments there where I fall flat as fuck. There's one point where I started to get a little silly. I actually started to get into it, and it was when we talked about transgender Olympians and steroids. It was one of those things. And I was like, fuck it, let's just do that shit. And now listening, it has been my biggest regret. I was like, why didn't I get more into it? I don't want to sound like some dickhead going, I think that, because I can do that. But on the fly, I'm not that great at it.
Well, I'll tell you the same thing I told him and when he was bent out of shape when he came on after, that show that you're talking about too. And he, ultimately obviously lost. You guys were up against it from the jump because you were on episode 1. You didn't know what to expect.
There's only been like 6 episodes of this show. So it's really, the bar is it's moving around. There was a clean show 2 ago, and the last one was the hate show. So this was the character show. Are you not entertained? Not you. I understand you probably didn't like it. But are you not entertained? There's been over 300 views of that fucking video, and it's only been 24 hours.
Well, and you know what? That's the thing. When all this shit always happens, and it seems to follow this show. I mean, like Randall caught lightning in a bottle when he decided he wanted to do this because good, bad, indifferent, otherwise, whatever you want to say, every fucking episode has something attached to it that everybody wants to go and see what the fuck the talk is about.
It's the buzz. We're building the buzz.
Why do you think I do these fucking recap shows for him after the episodes come out? I mean, like, I love Randall, man, and I love the show. I genuinely do. When I'm not on it, I sit with a fucking notepad and I write everybody's names down and I score it like I'm Cecil fucking Peoples, dude. Like, I'm balls deep into this shit. I love it. And
well, no, here's a good spot. I'm not sure how many more of these collaborative things I can do, if I'm being completely honest. I love doing guest spots and talking to people, but I don't know how much more competition shit I can do. I think that we've made and lost a few friends in the last year.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty upset about the way some of the shits went down, and it all stems from that fucking roast.
Agreed.
And I've seriously today, like, I didn't know what was going on. I almost considered just pulling out of the fucking Randy roast. Like, and it's nothing against Randall. It's like,
you just would rather not be involved.
Well, this is not just some dickhead that you see one day. This is somebody that I talk to on a day-to-day basis for the most part. Mm-hmm. And to actually burn somebody, it has to have a little bit of truth in it. That's the point. Just like recently, he got... Oh, fuck.
Yeah, don't use any of your material.
He got upset recently about Doug poking fun at him.
Yeah.
He didn't, and here's the thing. I'm gonna spill the tea a little bit, and I don't care if he fucking likes it or not. Randall is a sweet guy. He really is. And I didn't know up until recently that his older son doesn't live with him.
Really?
I didn't know that. I talked to him enough, but I assume that they all live together. All the pictures I see, they're all together.
Yeah. Oh, I just knew because he always talks about driving back and forth between Alabama.
See, I guess I never connected the dots. I didn't realize that it was like as rare of an occasion as it is. And I know he wants it to be more. So here's the deal. And it sucks because we talk about it in an episode that I have with Brooke and Randall that's coming up next. So this is going to be a lot of fun, actually, the way this all worked out.
The podcast gods.
He explains Uncle Randy. Like, in depth, he goes into it, and he gets and explains that it's his way of communicating with his son. Mm-hmm. I get that. So Doug doesn't listen to the show. All he sees is Uncle Randy, Twitter Uncle Randy. Mm-hmm. And a week ago, he made fun of him, kind of. But like we've been over this before, if you're talking about him, you're giving him shine. That's kind of the way it works. He took it in stride at first, but I think listening to it, and because Uncle Randy is kind of it's him being vulnerable, man. It's him in reference to his kid. I think he got upset about it, which rightfully so, but it sucks because I don't think Doug was trying to be a fuckhead. You know, he's a nice guy. He's helping me put together a resume right now. You know, like, I don't think that we have malicious people. I think that we have a few people that are just different, and that's fine. And if you don't like them, fine. But to think, and I'm guilty of it too with that last thing, to think that people are plotting against you, are actually trying to cut you down and fuck you up, even if they're throwing shots, and even if they mean it, unless they're actively trying to fuck with you, it's all for show, man. You know? And it sucks because I don't ever want to misconstrue that, ever. I'm here to do good things. I'm here to help people in any way that I can.
Well, sure. I think we're on the same page with that.
I'm not a stupid person. I attract people that I feel are the same. You know, I can see it in them. I attract people that have been through terrible shit and good-hearted people. That's really the two that I stick, that seem to come out of nowhere. Dude, I could be in a parking lot by myself, and some fucking one-legged, homeless dwarf is going to come up to me and want to be best friends. And I'm like, what's up, motherfucker?
Better fucking watch out for that guy.
I don't know, man. It just... I hope that the silver lining is we get some attention. If the judge, didn't care for it, then I have no problem losing to you or Brooke. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't. I wanted that to be a great show. And I felt like I did the best I could. So, if anybody has any confusions, you can hit me up at Po'BoyPod and send me all of your fucking messages. And look, I don't know if that person's going to hear this or if they're going to realize that I'm not putting them on blast. I appreciate the honesty. I would much rather have you be honest and tell me how you really feel, then blow smoke at my ass so I don't look like a fucking idiot a couple months later when I stick up for you on some shit, and then I find out that, it's not what I've seen, and
yeah, and I mean, I can relate to that. I mean, I was even going to say I can relate to Randy with the Doug thing too. I mean, like, I listened to the clip in question, and honestly, in the realm of who's right, I think I might have even told Randall, I was like, it wasn't that bad, but I see where he's coming from because I know what it's like to catch feelings about your shit.
I've gotten pissed. I've done it a few times. You won't know it because usually I don't let those buttons out so you can't push them. But like with Doug, it's like I told Randall in the conversation, I said, here's a guy who's just making fun. This is him going, hey, look at this goober saying funny shit. Mm-hmm. It's not, hey, look at this dad that's trying to connect with his kid. Like, what kind of a sick motherfucker would make fun of that? Obviously, it's a joke.
That's usually how this shit happens, too, because somebody doesn't know
kids is where you start crossing. Dude, kids is the gray area. Like I'm saying, look, I could look at Randall. I'm literally quoting text messages. I said I could look at Randall's little kid and be like, that kid's gonna grow up to eat farm animals and maybe even molest them with the genes he's got. No, I said, but what did I say? Bench press and stab. Anyway, it was just a quick little bullshit joke. That kid between Brooke and Randall, she's a psycho. He's a monster. Right. It's gonna be fucking I said I can say that. And I'm kidding. Mm-hmm. I'm making a joke. Joe B can say that Blunt Mommy's kid's going to kill himself. This is not a shot at Joe. I'm making a point. It's all the same. Well, it has to be.
Well, no, and I see your point.
It crosses the line, and hey, sometimes you got to cross the line to find out where the fuck it is. And I found Randall's, I think, and I hopefully can figure out how to get back on the other side of it.
No, and you'll be fine. But like in regard to that, because I'm glad you brought that up. It's context is key always, and also who it's coming from. And you said it yourself. You talk to Randall on a daily. You have a relationship with Randall. So if you said something like that to Randall, it could be taken in stride. Joe doesn't talk to Blunt Mommy every day. So if Joe says something like that to Blunt Mommy, it's like, hey, why are you being such a fucking asshole? And
right. But it doesn't carry as much weight because he was just trying to make a joke. It came from the same place, Patrice O'Neal. And that was my whole point in just trying to talk the Hulk down from the ledge because he wasn't mad, but he was just like, well, I don't know what to do. Like, is he being for real? Like, I like Doug, but fuck, man. And I was like, Randall, come on, buddy. Like, it's funny. Dude, I haven't seen an Uncle Randy video in like a fucking week now. Now I'm pissed.
Yeah, trust me, man. Like, I relate real hard to that. Like, I know what it's like, and I mean, you know what I'm talking about, and we don't have to get into that, but I know what he's going through, and it sucks. It sucks to feel like that, where what we're doing here. I mean, like, not to sound too pretentious, but this is our creative outlet. This is our art, and when someone shits on your fucking art, then it doesn't feel good. It doesn't. And then throw in the secondary dimension to this is that a few of us might actually be trying to make something out of this. It's not just sitting in a fucking backroom office at your fucking house talking shit on the internet and 30 people might be fucking talking back to you. I mean, like, we're trying to do something, and I mean, people can laugh at that all they want to. Oh, you're trying to fucking get sponsors and be all professional. Yeah, we fucking are.
Yeah, if I'm going to do it, I can't do it for free because my wife gets pissed. I tried that for the first 2 years, and until I started actually having money come in, like, she was not okay with this. So some of us have to work to get our wife off her fucking ass.
Whatever the motivation is, I mean,
selling them toilets, baby.
You don't actually know somebody's story, and that's what pisses me off when people want to talk like they do. I mean, you don't know what somebody's end game is. You don't know what they're working with. So keep your fucking mouth shut. And I get it. It's on the internet and everybody's got a voice and, everybody can be heard and blah, blah, blah and all that good shit. But, it's a fucking double-edged sword, dude. It sucks.
It's a conundrum, dude. We ride the lightning. We're being vulnerable, man. Some of us more than others. I try to put everything out there. If you hurt my fucking feelings, I'm going to tell you. And if you piss me off, I'm going to tell you. But I expect the same thing because I'm trying to be real with you. That's why I'm such a psycho in the retweet chat groups. I say that to somebody recently. I said, I have to lead with my uppercut because you never know. I'm not going to sit here and play patty cake with you for fucking 3 months and then one day come in with an uppercut. Something pisses me off at work, or I find a video of somebody getting butt fucked and I go, hey guys, look at this shit. I lead with it. Sink or swim, motherfucker. Get in the boat or get out. And over the last year, I've met some really cool people, yourselves included. And I appreciate you guys, being able to at least try to hear the other side, and I'm open to it too. I appreciate you guys at least having the balls to fucking, even back when all the shit was going down, you called me like a motherfucking man, and we talked about some shit.
I'll always talk to you, dude. Like, because that's what, and it sounds phony in itself, and I've said it to death. But dude, this is me right now. This is not a fucking the hashtag Wutsky lunchbox persona behind the mic. This is just me as a person.
Snack pack.
Right,
Don't forget
whatever you want to call me, baby. I mean, it's all good.
I love it.
And Dutch, you can back me up on this. Like, because when she's mad at me, I talk shit to death. I won't let it go. I don't like unfinished business. I don't like fucking loose ends. I want resolution. I want shit to be solved. Even if it's a bad resolution, I want to talk it out. Let's fucking sit down and let's figure it out.
I don't like to.
And she hates me for it.
I know, it pisses
Rip
me
off
off.
that Band-Aid.
It pisses me off so bad. I'm just like, I'm going to say things you don't want to hear. Just leave me alone for a little bit.
But that's constructive. It's
constructive. It's not constructive when I'm going to be mean.
Well, why are you intending to be mean?
It just happens.
I'll let it breathe sometimes, buddy. Sometimes you just got to let it breathe. It's like a fart. You got to let it just spread out.
I let it breathe one
It's still
time,
there.
and he threatened to punch me through the back of the skull and murder me, so I don't let it breathe anymore.
And she'll never let me live that one down. I'll never live that down. I apologize.
That's fucking sexy.
Dude.
I haven't gotten there yet.
I was so mad at her. I told her I wanted to put my fist through her skull, and she won't let me live it down.
You didn't tell me. You told your friends that.
I did tell my friends that, didn't I?
Mm-hmm.
Can I tell you the last time my wife and I got into an argument, I told her I was going to drop kick her in the tits.
That's comical.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be.
It's
but
not
that's
murder.
Here we go.
It's supposed to be.
It's not murder.
Oh no, dude, she's threatened to stab me all the time. That's
So, like, my face is already missing. Why do you want to stab me?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I say that too.
You see, that's what I'm talking about. Like, that comes from a non-threatening place. You see what she just said to you? Half my face is missing, and now you want to stab me. She didn't mean nothing by that. She loves
It'll
you,
be on
Jodie
the
B.
right-hand side. It rolled off my back, motherfucker.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, and that's the kind of relationship we have, though, and that's cool.
Well, exactly, and that's the illustration
But at
of
the
the
end
whole
of the
bigger
day,
picture.
everything's subjective, and people are going to feel one way or the other, and that's their right to feel that way. And I'm glad that, Jodie, you felt that you did a great job, and that's what matters, is that you came in, you did your best, and that you were happy with your performance, and however everybody else is going to feel about it, it's just how they're going to feel about it.
You could walk off.
Say it, Dutch. Give me some Dutch. Say it means a fat pile of dick. That's what it means. Because the only fucking opinion that matters is the judge.
That's right.
And
that's right.
And yours, bro. I mean, like, if you can punch the time clock when you're done with that and feel like you put a stamp on it and you feel good about it, then who cares what anybody else thinks, dude? I mean,
oh man, I can't wait till y'all listen back. It's gonna be an anger listen. I get it, but I'm telling you, like, when you actually can put it on your truck and you just listen to how fucking silly it is. Like, take your serious face off for a second and just listen to how fucking silly some of that shit is. But it's well executed. It's not stuttering. It's not stammering. It's not We both did what the fuck we needed to do.
I take that as a personal attack, cocksucker.
Hey, you didn't do that.
I'm the king of bitch.
Yeah, I'm the king of your nose. I did do a lot of and I will say this, Randall Fowler saved me a couple times last night because I don't think anybody knew I was doing George St. Pierre, and I still don't think anybody knew, like, after he said, "Way to go, George."
When he said that, I didn't put two and two together.
If he would have said GSP, maybe.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out a way but not hit it so on the nose, because later on I got lazy with CT Fletcher, and I ended up screaming I could bench press 600 pounds for no reason. I have no idea where that was going. Like, I went astray for a second, and I just said, that sounds like some shit CT would say. Say that shit, CT.
If you're GSP,
600 pounds.
If you're GSP, you gotta talk about aliens and underground.
The alien.
That was just. He talked like this from here, so from Quebec, Canada, Montreal.
Yep.
Yeah, it's very Quebecois.
Sometimes I go to sleep and I wake up and I'm missing time and I don't know where my time goes. Bitch, you're asleep.
You're never gonna let that go.
So, guys, I appreciate it. I really do. And that's why I'm glad that you guys were at least open to have a neutral conversation.
Well, we were obviously.
I got my splaining done.
Well, yeah, and I wanted to preface that we did have this planned a week in advance of the episode. But even all things considered, I mean, when you told me you were going to pull out, I was like, no, don't do that, man, because like I have no problem giving you the platform to come on and give me your side, dude. I mean, like I'm a neutral party. Like I said, I have my own shit, and that's completely secondary to what we're talking about right now. We're talking about last night. It's got nothing to do with anything that happened a month ago or 6 months ago or fucking whatever.
Start singing that Katy Perry song.
Yeah, you.
Last night. It's a Katy Perry song.
Jesus Christ, baby.
I kissed a girl and I liked it.
That was last night too.
Baby, I'm a firework.
Yeah, I could be.
What
be whatever
I'm
you
coming
want.
at you like a dark horse. Are you ready for?
Yeah.
Let me see your peacock. Cock. Hey,
Oh,
Two
Jesus.
Rings.
Shout out to Two.
Miss you too.
Jody, aside from Podcast of the Round, man, you got anything going on? We didn't even really touch on NSFW, man. I wanted to talk about, like since last time you were here, you're taking over a network. You took over our former home. I mean, like we opened it up, we left, and we gave you the keys. And how's that going for you?
It's actually really good, man. I don't know if you've had a chance to listen to any of the shows that we brought on, but the gimmick, NSFW, nudist sluts, freaks, weirdos, man. That's what we do. I got Blunt Mommy and Dave Chafee. They're my lieutenants, talent scouts, current, constant production people because I'm down to like 2 every 2 weeks now. So yeah, we got a few different shows with some very interesting fucking people, and I've always been kind of attracted to people that kind of get, sometimes it's a little harder, pun intended, because people don't really feel comfortable. I've seen these guys get kicked out of groups and get ignored and shit like that. So it's like dudes that like talk about fucking.
Right.
And they like fucking chicks. They like fucking dudes. Like I find that interesting. And to be honest with you, I would much rather people be open to what they're going through so that some kid's not blowing his fucking brains out in Cincinnati because he doesn't understand why he wants to suck dick so much and his dad hits him. Like, I think there's plenty of these shows that reach people, and I really want to showcase that. So, yeah, man, I took on some freaks, some sluts.
You definitely have a theme going.
It's nice, man. They're really cool people. They're not very judgy at all because, some of them like to do their own weird shit. And, yeah, it's a very neutral environment. And everybody's been really cool thus far. Been really helpful. I got them some Adam and Eve sponsorship, sir. Thank you very much for the heads up on that.
Never a problem, sir.
I figured when you get that many perverts together, they should at least be able to sling some dicks, right?
You would think. I mean,
guys, can I tell you? Blunt Mommy sold her first dick yesterday. She sent me a message. Everybody give a shout out to Blunt Mommy. Holla.
Blunt Mommy sold her first dick.
Awesome.
That's amazing. Dave had a couple. I told him his mom probably bought a few.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? So get that discount. At least get some of your money back.
Damn.
No, it's been a lot of fun, man. And I've done shows with these guys recently, and I've got one coming up with the Priory Society. They're the swinger couple that I took on.
Sweet.
They're awesome people. I don't know if I've ever met another couple of people, husband and wife, that are on that level of communication. Y'all are going to shit your pants. I'm not saying you should go out and just start fucking people, but when you hear this episode, it's in the can. It's going to be up, I think, 1 or 2 more down the line. But I sat here and it just amazed me, guys. As a married couple, these motherfuckers are Jedi level communicators.
You have
it
to
makes
be.
you a little jealous. Yeah, that you have to be.
Exactly. Yeah.
And that's what I told them. So it's like they can be completely open and honest. And say, dude, they'll be sitting somewhere and a chick will walk by and he'll be like, oh. And she'll be like, you want to tap that, huh? And he'll be like, she's fucking hot. And she's like, yeah, I know. Like, that's crazy. And they're interesting people. So, yeah, this is the kind of shit that I'm bringing in. And, I've got my eye out. I really want to give people that maybe don't get as much light because people are kind of shy and they don't want to have, fisting videos on their fucking Twitter timeline. I get that. But I've tried to help at least get them tuned in enough to where they can just put up an easy thing, share it, get some likes with these people that already know that I'm a fucking psycho pervert. And if I'm endorsing these guys, they're good guys. So that's the short and the long of it, Chris Wutsky, since you decided to go down that hole.
Yeah, I mean, I did. I wanted to at least give you a chance to promote your shit, man. I mean, like,
sorry, I
recency
just fucking got on my soapbox.
Well, no,
Let me
I
put
mean,
this shit away. Hold on.
Recency bias. I mean, like, this is 24 hours old. I mean, like, we have to discuss what is current events, right? I mean, like, that's what Randy told us to do. We got to be up on current events. This is current.
Goddamn.
That's right.
Goddamn. Yeah, exactly.
I did a great fucking Uncle Randy. I don't give a shit what anybody says.
I think that's the one that kind of...
That's the only one that everybody laughed at, goddamn.
Well, yeah, because you were parroting the host. So, I mean, like, that was, it was funny to watch his reaction. And I think you're at a disadvantage not having video, too, man. Like, if you had video up and we could see your mannerisms and, you're like, you getting into it with your fucking head moving around and shit, I'm sure it probably would have been more comical.
Oh, no, that wouldn't have worked because I only perform in my underwear, Chris Watson.
Well, I mean,
why do I keep saying your full name? Am I Joey Diaz?
I don't fucking care. I love it, dude. I would say yours, but you always give me a hard time about using government names.
Yeah, don't use my last name, cocksucker.
Well, I got that ace up.
I got priors.
I'll drop that shit when I need to.
Priors.
Jody, it's been a pleasure, man. It always is. Like I said, I'm glad we got a chance to talk, and you got a chance to maybe tell your side of the story of what happened on Podcast at a Roundtable. This episode will be out Sunday, provided we don't blow away in the storm.
We'll be fine.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, guys. Batten down the hatches.
We'll be fine.
Get some more.
We'll be fine.
Jesus Christ, get your rowboats.
We'll be fine.
I don't want the power to go out. That's my only worry.
I was concerned tonight because we had a little teaser storm shooting off, and the lights flickered a couple times, and I was like, oh, shit, man, maybe we might call it just because we ain't got power. But
through hell or high water, I appreciate it. Shout out Two Titties, Two Rings.
Shout out to Two. This episode will drop before Podcast at the Roundtable, but if you do want to reference what we've talked about for the bulk of this episode, check out the Civilized Creatures Facebook page. It is the most recent video. I do believe it's got all of our beautiful faces except for Jody. He's the little gray guy.
Captain Crotchbite.
He's there. We're all there. Give it a shot. This has been another episode of the Hashtag No Offense Show. If you are new to our show, welcome to Phase 3, baby. It's just me and the Dutch. Thanks for giving us a shot. We hope you'll come back. Subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. We are available everywhere. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, and our new favorite platform, Podcoin. Jody, do you fuck with Podcoin?
I don't. It's just, I don't have time, man. I'm a Twitter guy.
I think you're missing the boat with the Podcoin, dog. It's opened up a whole new audience for us, man. Like, so many people are hitting us up saying they found us on Podcoin and they like what we're doing, and the back catalog is fucking in flames right now, dude.
Yeah.
How about this? I'll look into it just because you asked.
I think you're doing yourself a disservice if you don't. Let me tell you about.
At least put my shit on there.
I like to think that you listen to our show, but if you don't, let me tell you a little something about Podcoin. You listen to podcasts, might as well listen on Podcoin because they're going to pay you for listening. And they pay you in the form of Podcoins that they deposit into your account. For every 10 minutes you listen, they give you coins. You stack them things up. You listen to the bonus shows, which all the Inner Circle shows are in the bonus section all the time. You get double Podcoins. You string it together a few days in a row. You're in the truck. You're working. You're doing your thing. You get streak bonuses. All these things stack up. Use code HTNOS when you sign up. You get 300 bonus right off the bat. You save them all up, you get yourself a cup of coffee, you get a gift card. I just donated all my Podcoins that I had stacked up to the fucking Amazon because Hillary Clinton tried to burn that bitch down. We're bringing it back. Get yourself on Podcoin, listen to your shows there. We're in the bonus. Look for all of us. That said, Inner Circle Network, we are a part of. Check us out on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Inner Circle PN, InnerCirclePN.com. Simmons and More, Shit Happens When You Party Naked, The Hood Diner, The Plunge, Any Pod, and our new show, Failing Hollywood. Did I say The Plunge?
Yes.
I think I missed The Plunge.
No.
I don't want to miss Riley.
You just said nobody can miss
I'm pretty
Riley.
sure you said
I want to miss.
Yeah, you said a lot of shit in the last 2 minutes. I'm going to be completely honest.
I'm the guy at the end of a car commercial now, dude. I don't like that one of my criticisms.
I need to start doing the shit at the end, but goddamn, dude, like you got that down.
I don't like that one of my criticisms is that we plug too much shit. And that's why I've spaced it out a little bit because it was a little too bulky in the front. I get that. I'll take criticism, baby. I'm just trying to be better.
Front heavy.
I'm just trying to be better. That's all.
Absolutely.
Check us all out. We got a new show too, Failing Hollywood. It's Riley's brother. He works in Hollywood. He's on movie sets and shit. He talks about fucking shit up. That's the fail part. And they have I don't know. Do you watch Glow on Netflix?
I've watched the first 2 seasons. Yes.
So he had Mark Maron's daughter, the little punk rock chick that's cute as a fucking button. She was a guest a couple weeks ago because he actually works on Glow. So she came in and talked to them for a little while. It was a great episode. We also have our Inner Circle feed with all our original programming. The Elmies with the Slimmer Circle, Inner Circle Sports. Me and Riley, we're about to get degenerate and start talking about fucking betting lines and football and shit. Throwing Smoke with Joe B and Uncle Randy. The MMA show and the flagship show that started it all, Comedy is Dead. Subscribe to that as well. You can reach us on all the social media platforms at HTNOS, on the web at htnos.com, email us htnos@yahoo.com, or call in to 813-773-5706 and leave us a great voicemail. We enjoy those. Jody, where can the folks find you?
You go to Google, you can say Po' Boys Podcast, and then that'll probably show you all of it. I'm the only one. I'm on SoundCloud and Stitcher.
SoundCloud?
That's where I base out of, man. That's where I started. I'm loyal to a fault. Chris,
why?
I've already been over this.
You're a SoundCloud rapper. You got that face tattoo. I told you.
Goddamn right. So I'm over there. That's where you get the show. But I mean, it's iTunes. I'm all over. Just fucking Google it. And if you want to get a hold of me through social media, at Po'BoyPod on Twitter, Dr.
Douche Martyr.
Dr. Douche Martyr. So yeah, that's it. Shoot me a message, guys.
Yeah.
If you want to chat, if you want to do it in public, I'm real good at that. But if you'd like to keep it, under wraps, you can definitely hit me on the DMs. But if you're an asshole, I might post it in all the chat rooms with a picture like my balls next to your face. Like it's.
His DMs are
be
open.
nice.
His DMs are
you
open.
You can be
ladies.
honest, but be nice, you cocksuckers, because I don't play fair. I ain't got time to play fair. Fuck that.
Jody, it's always a pleasure, man. And if you want to find me, I'm the real Wutsky, baby. Where are you at?
I'm Duchess Wutsky on Twitter.
Hey, we're out there. Jody, I love you, baby.
Hey, you guys stay clear of that fucking hurricane. And hopefully there'll be an episode next week, right, guys? Or I'll be the last one.
No, we ain't going nowhere.
All right,
Hashtag no
take it
offense.
easy,
Later,
guys.
Jody.